SLR Turbo 51 over here. I hope you're having a splendid day wherever you are in the world. Guys, we are back with the My Team career mode for the French Grand Prix at the Le Castellet circuit. And you guys know, on this channel, this is one of the best races of the season due to the AI being very punchy around Le Castellet. It's going to be a very, very, very busy weekend. And guys, hashtag spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the previous episode yet, make sure to go back and watch that episode if you don't want anything spoiled. Guys, I don't know how we did it, but we won the Canadian Grand Prix the previous round. How we did it, I do not know. The car had absolutely exceptional pace in the wet, and we started the race in the wet weather. It was intermediate conditions for most of the race, and we had such a solid, I wouldn't say like a massive lead, but we had a solid lead as the weather conditions went back to dry. It was an absolutely bonkers and crazy weekend, just like the one we just had this past weekend in real life at the Italian Grand Prix, where my boy Pierre Gasly won the Italian Grand Prix for an Italian team. AlphaTauri is an Italian team, for those of you guys that don't know. It was absolutely fantastic. I love Gasly. I even love Sainz, who was in P2. It was absolutely fantastic. I adored every second of it. So guys, please, if you haven't done it yet, drop a like down below on the video. It's only going to take you a nifty 2 seconds. And also, follow me on social media. Share this video with your friends. Tag me in the post or the story, and I will give you a shout out in a future video. Links in the description down below. Looking towards the performance chart, guys, it's Mercedes still leading the way, starting to run away with it a bit at the top there. Ferrari in P2 with Red Bull in P3. Very close together are those two teams. Then you've got Racing Point P4, Renault, McLaren, and Alfa Romeo are squabbling over P5 to P7. P8 is Haas, P9 is AlphaTauri, but I think that is a bit of a lie because AlphaTauri are having solid results in all the Grand Prix, and then at the rear end of the field, it is still Williams Racing. Now guys, heading in towards this weekend, we are really running on a very big momentum train. Ever since Vietnam, really, we didn't have the best time in Canada, but, not Canada, in Spain. But ever since Vietnam, excluding Spain, we have been running such good races. But I've been really questioning the fact, guys, whether I should go up to 108 AI. And after the previous weekend in Canada, it is for certain we are running 108 AI. But as we head in towards qualifying, I'm going to tell you guys from now on how I'm going to be handling the AI difficulty, because over 108 I am just absolute trash. But in any case, guys, let's get into qualifying. Yeah. So guys, jumping straight to the end of our last run in Q1. I had unfortunately had to go out for 2 runs, guys. You guys know the AI are extremely strong around the French GP circuit. We are in P16. We scraped through on our hiney skin. But luckily we are up into Q2. But guys, before we go on, I'm going to quickly explain to you guys how I'm going to handle the AI. Guys, I realize obviously the AI are not exactly the same at every single circuit. At some circuit, 107 AI is underpowered, and then you go to another circuit where 107 AI is absolutely perfect.
This lap then, come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Thank you, Jeff. Where 107 AI is perfect for my driving when it's very competitive, and then again on other circuits they are totally OP.
Engine fired, we're set.
So while you guys watch my final run here in Q2, I'm just quickly going to finish what I'm talking about. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to suss out how hard the AI are within practice, because I do the 3 practice sessions, sometimes just 2, most of the time just 2, but I do the practice sessions. I'm going to suss out how hard the AI are, and then according to that, I'm going to set the difficulty for qualifying. If I still get the difficulty wrong in qualifying, I will still up or down the difficulty as soon as we head to the race. But you guys can be assured I will never run lower than 106 AI. That is for at tracks where they are majorly OP, like Suzuka, Mexico, in my opinion, is a track where the AI are really strong. Brazil, France, and I'm still going to run 107. I did take it down to 107 as we started the race because the AI were... guys, you guys are going to see at the end of Q2, they are very, very strong, and at some tracks the AI are very OP in the qualifying session. But still, depending on how things go during practice and qualifying, I will set a solid difficulty for the race, because I do realize we have been a bit OP ourselves in some of the races this season thus far. That's because I've been on a solid 106 or 107 throughout the weekend, and some tracks I needed to up the difficulty a bit. So you guys are now going to have much more competitive races from my side. I'm not going to be as OP as can be, so please bear with me. And as we round the final quarter for our final lap here at Q2, we are in P... Oh boy. We are in P16. You guys see what I mean? Oy vey. That's not good. That is not good at all. So guys, where we qualified in Q1, we are going to start the race thanks to Q2. So we are in P16. Okay guys, that you guys can see why I put it down to 107 and not run 108. So yeah, but in any cases, it is time for the French Grand Prix.
Hello and welcome to the Circuit Paul Ricard, current home of the French Grand Prix, an event dating all the way back to 1906. It's been held at many venues over the years, with famous moments from Dijon and Manicourt the feature of many a highlights reel. And let's hope we see more of those in the race today. 6 lefts and 9 rights give us a total of 15 corners here at the Circuit Paul Ricard, and a lap covers an overall distance of 3.6 miles. Average speeds will be somewhere in the region of 142 miles per hour, and they'll be maxing out on the Mistral straight at around 205 miles per hour. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Can we talk about Mercedes? What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Vettel, Max Verstappen and Albon, Ricciardo, Perez, Ocon and Kimi Raikkonen, Stroll, Grosjean, Carlos Sainz and Giovinazzi, Parker, Magnussen, Daniel Kvyat and Pierre Gasly, Aitken, Russell, Latifi and Lando Norris starts from the back of the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
You guys know you want to hit the subscribe down below if you haven't done it yet. Don't forget to ding that bell to never miss a future crazy episode here on Turbo Fox Races. Guys, very risky one-stop strategy from hards to mediums. It's gonna be a good one. Let's see what we can get going for ourselves this weekend here in France. Jam with me on the formation lap.
Into a pond, ripples fade away. Human hearts aren't so lucky. Those battle scars remain. Oh, I can't let go of the one thing I wanted most. I'm chasing echoes, echoes of your ghost. Can't let go of the one thing I wanted most. I'm chasing echoes, echoes of your ghost. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da.
guys ready for the French Grand Prix as we head to 5 red lights? And it's go, go, go for the French Grand Prix. Mercedes front row lockout. It's a little bit of Noah's Ark. Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull on the first 3 rows of the grid. But it is all okay as we head into the first corner. Hamilton blocks off Valtteri Bottas as the 2 Ferraris go side by side. Who comes out on top? I think it was Charles Leclerc who came out on top of that little squabble there. But it is Hamilton still leading the way from Bottas P2. It is Leclerc P3, Vettel P4, Verstappen P5. Then you've got the Renault of Ricciardo P6, Ocon P7. Albon is fighting over P8 with a racing point. Albon has had an absolute gander of a start. But that is how things stand at this stage. And now it's single file till we get to, well, no, we're hopefully not single file for this part. There has to be a few overtake on this part of the track. Here we go. Bottas is not as close to Hamilton as he would like to be. But still, remember guys, Bottas is just as well in the championship fight as Hamilton. Here we go, back to our POV for our start. Obviously on the hardest compound of tyre, grip was going to be an issue off the line, but we still get a reasonably good launch off the line. Heading into the first corner, I'm very light into the brakes, go up the inside of 4 cars. Even Romain Grosjean gets caught napping there. Also, GG's for Romain Grosjean qualifying in P12, guys. Well done to Romain Grosjean in that absolute terrible Haas. We are now right behind the Alfa Romeo of Kimi Räikkönen. You guys can see I'm really punchy through this middle sector as everybody gets held up. We go up the inside of Räikkönen into that very tight right-hander. What a move there from ourselves, getting up into, what's that now? I think it might be P12, P11 roundabout there. But a fantastic start there from ourselves. But now here comes the Alfa Romeo with that Ferrari power unit that has not yet been nerfed in a straight line. That thing is so fast. Here we go into the first corner, well, into the middle sector corner. Why did I say the first corner? But we defend from Räikkönen as we force him over that inside curve. But I wouldn't say force, but he did take a very tight line through there, to be quite honest. But in any case, we defend from Kimi, and now we jump back towards the leaders. Hamilton into this very long double right-handed hairpin. It's a double right-hander, but it's also classified as a hairpin. So I don't know what the people who designed the French GP circuit were going for there. But in any case, we come. Woohoo! Sorry about that, had a little bit of a burp. We come towards the end of the first lap, and it is the number 44 who we see in the lead so much in these recent days. Hamilton leading the way from Bottas P2, Vettel P3, Leclerc P4. You've got Verstappen in P5, and then the Renault of Ricciardo in P6. Here we go now on board with Sebastian Vettel. He is opening up DRS. No, it's only lap 2. Sorry. Only lap 2. Here we go. Vettel. Oh no, the DRS is open. It is lap 3. I see. I'm not stupid. Here we go. Oh no, it's Leclerc. Leclerc was the car. I thought Leclerc was P3. It turns out he was P4. He gets past Vettel and takes P3 where we thought he was the whole time. Yeah. We jump now back on board with Lewis Hamilton as it is time for the pit stops, guys. You guys know the soft tires here around France do not hold long at all. And guys, this is why I went for the very risky one stop from hards to mediums. I was going to be trash the first half of the race, but that second part of the race, I was still going to be able to be competitive. So, here we go. Now you got everybody diving into the pit lane. It's absolute anarchy here in the pit lane. There we go. The Ferrari gets out ahead of the Red Bull. I think that was Leclerc who got out ahead of Verstappen. Now we jump on board Valtteri. I'm trying to talk too quickly. I do apologize to all you viewers because I'm busy being a very big nincompoop. I am talking poo-poo. Bottas dives it into the pit lane from the leader, which he inherited from Hamilton. Then it is Leclerc, or is it Vettel in behind him? I actually can't see. It seems like it's Vettel, guys. I'm totally lost with the 2 Ferraris today, clearly, as he gets held up by the Red Bull. So it was Leclerc who was in with Bottas. It was Vettel who came in with Hamilton. So, geez Louise, everything is looking so crazy. We jump on board with Lewis Hamilton, who is stuck behind one of the Williams cars, guys. Now, here's the thing that makes France such an entertaining and great race. Because the soft tires fall off at basically after 4 to 6 laps, you've got all the midfield runners who started either on the mediums or the hards like myself ahead of the leaders, and they need to fight themselves back to the front. And as you guys can see, Bottas has jumped Hamilton and both Ferraris by so much because Hamilton was held up by the back markers. Look what the overcut has done for Valtteri Bottas. He is now in the provisional lead of this race when everybody makes their pit stops. He will be in the lead of the French Grand Prix. Look at Grosjean as Grosjean forces him onto the outside of the track, but Bottas still makes the move. Oh my goodness, what a move from Valtteri Bottas. Hamilton has got past the first of the two Williams. He is now behind the second one, but he has got 5 cars in between himself and Bottas. Make that 4 as he gets past the second Williams. But Bottas has played this to an absolute treat as Vettel gets past the Williams and Leclerc is battling with Verstappen. Oh my goodness, this is going to be an absolutely crazy Grand Prix. It's going to be about who can save the electrical energy the best, guys. Who can save that electronic energy the best for the end of this race, because you're going to need it when everything settles down a bit to make those final moves at the end of the Grand Prix. Here comes Leclerc on the first of the two Williams. He gets the move done easily, and now he gives that problem back to Verstappen and his teammate alongside the two Renaults. Well, we're in between the two Renaults. Here we go. Once again, here comes the Red Bull of Verstappen, up the inside of Latifi, and that's a beautiful move there from the Dutchman. Here we go on to actually we rewind back, guys, on that lap. This is Hamilton behind my teammate Aitken, and here we go. Hamilton goes to the outside as Aitken is actually going for a move on Grosjean around the outside of 2 cars. Lewis freaking Hamilton! How did he do that? Guys, look at this. Aitken has got the DRS of Grosjean. He's obviously wanting to go for the move, but Hamilton just says, no way, Jose! Boo! As Grosjean hits Hamilton on the left rear with his front right tire due to locking up. But that was insane from Lewis Hamilton. Okay, well done, Lewis. GG's. And now you've got Vettel going for the move on my teammate up the inside of the flat-out right-hander, and he is up another position. Guys, don't ask me for what positions these are, because I will not be able to keep up whatsoever. So, here we go. Bottas is going for the move of so much further up the road on the first of the two Alpha Tauris. He gets the first one, which is Gasly, and he is now right behind the second one, which is Kvyat. Oh no, actually, sorry, I swapped them. Gasly is the one ahead, Kvyat's the one behind. But here we go. We rewind back to Charles Leclerc as he makes an easy move on the outside of my team, and I think Jack just knows, let these guys pass. They're much faster than I am. We now jump back on board here with Bottas. He is going around the outside of Pierre Gasly, and there's nothing that the Frenchman can do about it at his home Grand Prix. But it's not the end of the world. Here comes Verstappen on my team, and you guys can see getting stuck behind a car costs you half of the back straight. That is how much these back markers hold up the front, guys. So Verstappen has lost track of the two Mercedes and the two Ferraris by quite a bit now. Here goes Hamilton once again for a double move on Magnussen and Norris. Will he put it off again? He locks up. He's off track. Hamilton tried that just a little too much. Norris, he's now side by side with Norris. Magnussen must be counting his lucky stars. Here we go. The Mercedes will out-drag the McLaren heading into the first quarter. But look at Vettel as he's trying to get past Leclerc. Here we go through the right-hander into the right-handed hairpin, whatever you want to call it. It was actually Leclerc trying to get back past Vettel. I'm lost. I don't know what the hell's happening. Guys, in the lead, it is myself leading the way from Kimi Raikkonen, who dives it into the pit lane. We were leading the Grand Prix, but only because we haven't stopped yet. So do keep that in mind. We now jump on into later that lap on board. Is that Leclerc or Vettel? I cannot see whose helmet that is due thanks to the stupid timer on my editing software. But here, Hamilton is pulling off such risky moves, and I can see now it's Leclerc, guys. Here we go, Leclerc behind Lewis Hamilton. Is Leclerc really thinking about going for the move on Hamilton as he is stuck behind the horse of Magnussen? Through the right-hander, then side by side. That's supposed to be a flat-out corner. Into the hairpin. It's very tight between the Mercedes and the Ferrari, as the Magnussen is just probably he's got the best seat in the house as long as he just looks to his mirrors. What a fight there between Leclerc and Hamilton. As you guys can see, Bottas has finally caught up to myself. So you guys can see how far ahead he is of the rest of the pack. He has basically slam dunked this Grand Prix. He's going to win it no matter what happens, even though he passes me for the lead of the GP. And now, remember, I still got a pit. He does as well, but he is ahead of me. So, let's run through the top 10. Bottas is leading the way from myself and P2, who has yet to make a pit stop. I haven't pitted yet, guys. I am still out on that same set of hard tires, which I started the race on. Hamilton P3, Leclerc P4, Vettel P5, Verstappen P6. Luckily, he has caught up. Ricciardo P7, and then you've got Albon P8. Ocon is in P9. Come on, shuffle through the grid a bit quicker. Let's go. Ocon is in P9, and I think P10 might be the first of the two Alpha Tauris, guys, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's actually the McLaren of Carlos Sainz in P10. So it is still very, very crazy here at the Paul Ricard circuit in France. Here we go, guys. This is now Albon and Ocon diving. No, it's actually, no, it is Albon. Yes, it is Albon and Ocon diving it from out of that little train to come into the pit lane to go for the undercut strategy. But they are opting for the hard tires. So guys, clearly these two are not enjoying the mediums, which are a very good race tire around here. Don't get me wrong. The mediums are good, but every person to themselves. Finally, we dived into the pit lane after, I think, running 16 or 17 laps on these hard tires. And guys, remember, this is a 50% race. If you want the amount of tire wear that was for a normal race, just time the amount of laps by 2. So it's 16 times 2, that's 32 laps on the hard tires. And as you guys can see, Hamilton, Vettel, Verstappen, all these guys are pitting with me. So on track, in order, I am ahead of them. I am legitimately ahead of them. They need to come and catch me. So I've played this strategy absolutely perfect. And the fact that I've got fresh mediums now means I can fight as well. They're not going to catch me as easily as they would the rest of these guys who are on hard tires. So yes, I've lost a spot to Kimi Räikkönen. I might have lost 2 or 3 spots. But look at me now. I'm going to be much quicker than these guys. I'm actually behind Räikkönen, Stroll and Giovinazzi. But as you guys can see, I'm very close to Mr. Giovinazzi. And as we head, we go on to the back straight with 1 corner left. There we go, onto the back straight. It is now DRS and ERS time. The rear wing is open. The overtake button has been switched on. Its turbo boosted racing machine gains on the Alfa Romeo. That is off track! That is off track! Oh no! Oh, okay, the stewards have not given me a warning for that at all. Giovinazzi!
Nice overtake.
Okay, thanks, Jeff. But Giovinazzi forced me off track, guys. Look at the replay. I am completely off track there. All 4 of my wheels are outside the white line. How did I get away with that? Look at the slow-mo, guys. All 4 of my wheels are across that white line. I am completely on the curb. Holy moly! Gio, what was going through your head, son? We made the mistake and nobody is complaining, so I'm not complaining. But that was a little bit of a heart attack moment because the car didn't slow down. That's why I got so frightened, guys. Because I'm braking, but I'm on the curb bouncing like a freaking jumping jack inside the cockpit, and the car's not slowing down. That's terrifying, just so by the way. Bottas finally comes into the pit lane, and Leclerc in P2, that is Leclerc, I'm not stopping the Ferraris again, Leclerc in P2, but the question is, guys, I know I'm not going to get Bottas. Bottas has got this race won, unless he's got a mechanical issue, but are we going to jump Charles Leclerc? That's the question. You guys can see I am now behind Stroll and Räikkönen, so this is now 4, where's Leclerc, where's Leclerc, where's Leclerc, where's Leclerc? Then we go to the onboard with the Alpha Tauri. There's Hamilton. Where's Charles Leclerc? There's Leclerc. Leclerc has jumped Hamilton in the pit stop phases, and there's even a car between Leclerc and Hamilton. Fantastic. Vettel and Verstappen are stuck behind the McLaren of Sainz. It's all, guys, it's all nutty. I've got the perfect opportunity here to once again seal a podium, and this is not down to me being OP. This is me just driving absolutely fantastic and having a bomb-ass. That is not an overtaking spot, Turbo. Guys, what is going on with me? I'm going for these crazy lunges at crazy places, off track, 3rd sector where there's no straight whatsoever. Jeez. Okay. What I was busy saying, I can't even remember what I was busy saying. I forgot legitimately what I was saying. Okay, great. Oh, yeah. I'm not being OP, guys. I've just driven a perfect race with a bomb as hell strategy. So, this is not being OP, this is the perfect amount of difficulty, and we are going for the move on the flying fit. Kimi Räikkönen around the outside. He leaves me more space than his teammate did, and that is us now up into P2, 6.8 seconds behind Valtteri Bottas. But we are not going to try and catch Bottas because he is on the same set, on the same age to plus minus medium tires, so he is long gone. You guys can see here comes Leclerc and Hamilton passing drivers left, right and center to get back towards me, because guys, when they're on clean air, they are still about a second a lap quicker, maybe a 1.5 seconds per lap quicker. Their cars are just that stupidly quick. So now we jump on board with Giovinazzi as he has got Kimi Raikkonen, as he has got Lewis Hamilton for company. Hamilton around the outside. Gio once again goes for that very, very intense squeeze. I think he might have gotten a warning there from the stewards. Vettel is in between the two Alpha Tauri. He's also trying to catch back up. And this is now actually Leclerc behind Stroll and Raikkonen, who I overtook a few laps ago. Here goes Leclerc up the inside of Stroll. That's a very risky move up that corner. I don't like going for moves there, but if it has to be done, it has to be done. And now Leclerc has once again got a car between himself and Hamilton, which is exactly what he needs. We rewind back to Vettel, who made a move on Gasly, the leading Alpha Tauri. There we go now. He has got his sights set on Giovinazzi. So guys, you guys can see, as I come through the final corner, running away from Raikkonen, but as soon as Leclerc is going to do what I think he wants to do now, I am going to go from the hunter to the hunted. Here we go. Ooh, that's a lockup from Leclerc. Ooh, guys, the overtakes in today's Grand Prix are really risky and really on the edge of your seat. Like, just don't go for them, but the drivers are still going for them. Now Raikkonen and Stroll are holding up Hamilton as they are battling for position now. Stroll gets the move. I thought he had the move done, but Raikkonen just said, no way, Jose. No way. I want my position back. Here we go. Okay. Here comes Hamilton, guys. He's got to go for a double move again. Hamilton, that's 3 you've tried to go for. Look at the straight line speed of the Mercedes. Giovinazzi and Vettel are also within that fight now. Hamilton gets the move done. There was nearly 3 wide there. Raikkonen defends from Stroll, but now his teammate Giovinazzi. Oh no, don't worry. Vettel is behind Stroll, and Giovinazzi is now in this mix. Look at this craziness. Look. Giovinazzi, Stroll, and Raikkonen goes 3 wide. Giovinazzi chickens out. Vettel goes around the outside to get Giovinazzi. Raikkonen defends from Stroll to secure still what's that, P4. And now, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at Vettel around the outside of the flat out right-hander of Stroll. It's pink Mercedes v Ferrari. I mean racing point. Here we go around the outside of the hairpin. It is Vettel on Stroll. Vettel is going to have the grip and the aero and the chassis underneath him. He's got everything, okay? I'm just saying. Here we go. Now Vettel is going to make a move on the junior Ferrari team, the Alfa Romeo team that use Ferrari power units. This is going to be an easy move for Vettel around the outside of the Flying Finn, his former teammate, and that is Vettel up into P4 now. How I wish we could see that in the real life, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. You guys, now look at Charles Leclerc as Charles gets past me to take away P2 from myself. Guys, there was nothing I could do there. That was overtake engaged, rich mixture engaged on the fuel. I'm just not the car that these guys are. And I know what you guys are going to say, but you won in Canada. That is because it was wet and I was just damn lucky. And also, for those of you guys that want to know, it was on 107 AI. But here we go on board with Valtteri Bottas, guys, as he is going to start the final lap of the French Grand Prix. He is leading the way from Charles Leclerc in P2. Let me just quickly, I think I might, no, it is still one more lap to go. I thought this was the final lap. I'm like, oh no, one more lap to go. Charles Leclerc P2, myself in P3 with Hamilton P4.
This is your final lap of the race.
Yeah, Jeff, I know. And I've got a very, very, very dangerous man behind me. A 7-time world champion in a car that resembles Black Panther. It's gonna be a fight to the line, guys. Into the second sector. No, it's still the first sector. Yeah, it's still the first sector. Now we're headed to the second sector of the lap. Here we go. Actually, that's a beautiful line through there. You guys can see my tires on the left-hand side are starting to die. Actually, my fronts are starting to die. Here we go on the back straight. Can we defend from Hamilton in the murk? Here we go. Hamilton no. Hamilton gets the move done. That's us off the podium. And Hamilton gets P3. But it's not over yet. You guys saw the previous round in Canada. I was able to fight back against Leclerc. Here we go. Come on. It's turbo boosted racing machine. No, Hamilton steals our podium. Bottas is going to take the win for the French Grand Prix. But come on, guys, how perfect was this strategy? How good was this strategy? Bottas wins. Leclerc is going to take a solid P2. And Lewis Hamilton is gonna take P3. He stole it from me. But it's Hamilton P3, guys, but I'm not going to be salty. It was still a solid drive, and we are going to take P4 for the French Grand Prix.
All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Another superb French Grand Prix comes to an end, and it's a thoroughly deserved victory out there today.
And then there's being quick lap any of your own, and that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today. So let's review the updated driver standings. More points for Valtteri Bottas, further solidifying his lead at the top of the table. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
I have to give it to Parker. They fought so hard and had incredible pace at times. So
Constructors Standard this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Exciting indeed it was, Crofty. Guys, what a French Grand Prix. From what was that, 16? I can't remember if there was penalties. P15, P16, let's go with P16. From P16 on the grid. No, actually we were P15 because Norris had a penalty. I remember. So P15 on the grid, all the way to P4 with a freaking bomb strategy. That was fantastically executed. We take P4, it's not the podium, but guys, once again, I can't stay OP this whole season. It's not fair towards the AI and to you guys who are viewers. I don't feel that every race this season was just complete OP. I feel some races we really just performed fantastically. I still felt that the AI was on the ball. So it's just out for these last, I want to say from... Not Monaco. What was after Monaco? What was it? Canada? Yeah, basically from Canada. The last race. I felt just I had to work on how I set up the AI. So yeah, guys, we split the Red Bulls in the championship. We are P6, splitting Max Verstappen and Alexander Albon. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't think we're gonna stay there. Not at all. I do think we are gonna fall quite harsh, especially at the end of the season. But while we have the momentum, let's use it. And guys, just what a race. Hards to mediums. And we were so punchy that final stint. Even though the tires were dead. The overtakes we made on Giovinazzi, Stroll, and especially Giovinazzi. Geez, that guy pushed me. That was, as Matt Gallagher would say. Guys, I watched the WTF1 podcast. And he described the overtake that Sainz made on Stroll at this past weekend's Italian Grand Prix. He described the overtake as pure sex. And I thank you, Matt Gallagher, Matty C. So guys, that is what I would say that overtake on Giovinazzi was. Even though it was a heart attack moment, it was still a fantastic overtake, and I'm proud of that overtake. So guys, that has been this absolutely fantastic episode of Career Mode. You guys know when we head to France, it's always a good and long episode, and you guys know my rule: the longer the episode, the better the race. So what a weekend. Guys, please, if you haven't dropped a like down below on the video, I don't know what's going to earn your like anymore. So please drop a like down below. It's only going to take you 2 seconds. And while you're doing that, from my side, thank you very much. Guys, please follow me on my social media platforms. Share this video with your friend. Tag me in the post or the story, and I will give you a shout out in a future video. Links in the description to my social medias down below. Also, finally, guys, if you haven't done it yet, I still don't know what you're doing. Come on, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? You need to hit the subscribe down below. You do not forget to click that bell to have all the awesomeness in your life from Turbo Fox Racers. Do you guys know? Ding that bell to never miss a future episode or a stream. Guys, I love you guys. Thank you for all the support recently. I do appreciate it so much. You guys are an amazing audience, and I know we're only on, 139 subscribers. but it still feels amazing to actually do something that people enjoy. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for staying till the end. I'll see y'all next time. Cheers!